you can reread what Alice Walker said about being a womanist. Quote, "A womanist is not a separatist, except periodically for health," unquote. I often remember what she said about how womanist is to feminist as purple is to lavender. There are dangers in large, diverse communities, and the danger is dilution of folk culture. The danger is melting pot instead of mosaic. We can end up being anti-local and anti-particular and anti-safe. Sometimes we need a little homogeneity for our own health, and that is not only true of Black women. I want to start winding up by referring you to a very important study on this matter called Dear Sisters, A Womanist Practice of Hospitality by Lynn Westfield. Westfield studies the power of what she calls concealed gatherings of oppressed people, based in what W.B. Du Bois said about double consciousness and the terrible fatigue it causes, where people are one person in mixed company and another person in homogeneous company. These groups are intentionally closed. They keep people together. They're deeply hospitable to their sisterhood. They gather in order to spread. I might argue that unless any of us has a home group where our consciousness is unified, we won't be very good in mixed groups. And obviously, the larger and more diverse that home group can be, the better for everybody. Surely you have read Henri Nouwen's seminal book on this matter of hospitality, written in 1975. He argues that we are increasingly in a world of strangers, even to ourselves and our own histories, and therefore we search anxiously for a place of hospitality where community can be found. I might define a good community where you are free to be alone and where connection and isolation also exist. Nouwen argues that Christian texts always say two things at the same time. One is that we have obligations, even shoulds, to the strangers, and that strangers bring gifts with them. Mutuality, both and. When we talk about this stuff working, when we can be a part of a community and not enveloped by it, not made too safe, not made too anxious, when we're a part of a community where danger is understood as a gift, where risk is understood as a gift, we get downright sacramental. Because finally, this is what we mean by the welcome table, the communion table. At that table where all people are fully themselves, even if that means able to be alone or weird or smelly, and fully connected to each other. Justice and peace pass by in bread and wine and water. Double consciousness unifies. We take off our mask in public the way some women take their masks off in concealed gatherings. We pass the salt around. We get to the underbelly and get rid of all this excess, which isn't getting us anywhere. Amen.